Right now we're in the outskirts of Pienza, and we just reached a monastery where I believe a wedding's going on. So let's get a close look and see if we can find the bride. Come this way. Here she comes now. Oh, she's just a vision. It seems that her father is escorting her into the church right now. I can't believe my eyes, actually. I can't believe we're here on a wedding. As we're walking around the monastery, I'm starting to get a resemblance of the Vatican, because the Vatican also has the detailed walls and the paintings of the disciples and the priests and the Pope and the Baptists and all those people that were here in ancient times. And as you know, many popes were actually baptized here along with other random everyday people. But the place is just beautiful, and if you notice the detail in the walls, it's just magnificent. It's almost like they were built with clay already colored and then formatted into a picture. It's just it's just breathtaking. We are about to get back on the bus and return to our destination, which is this afternoon Siena, for hopefully some lunch, a couple drinks to cool off, and to have a little bit of free time. So let's get back on the bus and let's head there. We finally have arrived in Siena, and now we're gonna follow Hugo, our tour guide, and we're gonna see what Siena is all about. Let's go.
Siena is a medieval city of brick. From a vantage point such as the Palazzo Pubblico's tower, its sea of roof tiles blends into a landscape of steep, twisting stone alleys. This cityscape hides dozens of Gothic palaces and pastry shops galore, unseen neighborhood rivalries, and altarpieces of unsurpassed beauty. Siena is proud of its past. It's where medieval Italian history stopped, while Florence led the Renaissance.
We're now looking for lunch. It's about to rain. I'm gonna get drenched. I feel it. The drops are just coming. I don't know if you can see them, but they're coming. And I'm pretty sure we're still in the downtown area, and we're gonna get some lunch. And I just got a drop in my eye as I'm talking to you. And oh my God, get such a
Every year on July 2nd and August 16th, a short and sometimes violent bareback horse race called Il Palio di Siena is held in the exquisitely serene town square.
Right now we are at the Piazza del Campo, where they used to do the horse races, and we went to that movie actually prior to lunch, and we saw that, the actual setting, and this is actually where it's taking place now. It's more like a shopping center and restaurant, like boutique area, like a downtown, kind of like a square. I was just informed that the building behind me used to be a hospital where orphans used to be at. It actually used to be a hospital for sick people, but it got to become an orphanage because so many people, if the children were sick, the parents would bring them here, and they just decided they didn't want them anymore, and they would just leave them here. And so it became more like an orphanage than a hospital. Isn't that just tragic? Now it seems to be more like a museum. This place looks like it might be a little chapel. A lot of hospitals have chapels actually in their building. So I'm assuming that this probably has always been here. It's beautiful, as you can see. It's also got artwork as well as the Vatican and everything else. I think the art in Italy represents a lot, and that's why every building has something that describes the old times. How convenient it is that we happen to just be on an Italian cinema tour, and there is a videographer right here in gold. And it seems that his camera is a music box. I've never seen anywhere like this place. Italy is just gorgeous. You have to come here.
Montepulciano is the largest town in southern Tuscany, with its medieval alleyways and plethora of Renaissance palaces and churches. The fields around the town produce a violet-scented, orange-speckled ruby wine called Vino Nobile di Montepulciano. Vino Nobile is known as Tuscany's number 2 red wine because it's slightly less beefy than Montalcino's Brunello. However, its high quality and more mellow character make it a better all-around wine.
Buongiorno. This morning we actually are on a tour. We're right now in Montepulciano and we're at a winery and we're trying to figure out the whole process about the winemaking. We kind of learned a little bit at the vineyard that we went to from Chris that we have heard from, and this is basically like the whole big process of how they do it and how it comes and matures and ends up being in the bottles, and then they put labels on them and all that stuff. But it's a very cool place, and we're like pretty underground right now. But it's very dark in here, and it's very cool. If you notice that on the top of the barrels, there's like a plastic bottle thing. And the reason why it's filled with the wine is because if it gets too low, the wine becomes vinegar, because in the wood barrels, that's what it will turn into because the air has hit it. And this is preventing oxygen and air and all that stuff to get into the barrels so that they can process the wine. And before they get in there, the enzymes is what produces the alcohol. That's why wine, you can have wine and alcohol in it instead of just grape juice.
You see, this is Chianti, okay? So a totally different way of making the Chianti. It's still by the same company, but this, for example, is Rosso di Montepulciano. It's a step below the Vino Nobile.
Carell, what do you think about the wine? Is it good?
I think it's quite good. It's dry, and it's not very fruity, and I'm thinking about actually shipping some to my parents.
I like the flavor of the wine.
What does it taste like? What does it remind you of when you taste it?
Very rich. So I enjoyed it.
We're now in the city of Montepulciano, and we are actually on our way to get some lunch. Maybe at one of the cafes that we had saw earlier. If you can see behind me, the beautiful view. The city is just gorgeous here, and it's a small city, so it's nice and quiet and very, very much, a good homey feeling. So it's very nice. The people here seem to be very nice, and we're having a great time. Let's go get some lunch.
Good.
I just had the best prosciutto melon I've had all trip. Fabulous.
We just finished lunch at a little cafe in Montepulciano, and it's Antico Cafe Poliziano, and that's where we ate, and we had all different things, mainly pasta. Some people had lasagna, some people had salad, and it was really good food here, really good.
We had a wine tasting, and we saw the wine in the cellar. It was beautiful. We all ate at the fabulous cafe where we saw the view of some river and a whole bunch of trees, which was fabulous.
Tomorrow we're going to Lucca, so that should be good. We have to get up bright and early, so everybody's got to go to bed early tonight and be rested. And hopefully when we're in Lucca, there'll be much more to do, and we'll be able to take a train to Florence, which I'm really excited about.